And we had a great conversation, and it really made me realise, actually, this is a really good thing that's happened, because we all got sort of fat and arrogant, and we can't be beaten, and blah, blah, blah. And we could. And I found it quite exciting. I still would have loved to have had the #1, but I kind of enjoyed the process in a way.
Simon, what would you say to the lady from the NME who clearly has a rather disdainful view of your influence on the music industry?
Where I have a problem with people like that is that they sneer at what normal people like. It's like food critics. My belief is like when you make TV shows. If you want to eat fish and chips and baked beans on toast compared to caviar or whatever it is, which I loathe, it's your choice. It's absolutely no difference. But people like that would have the sort of... They'd like to create a sort of a taste police force with people going into their homes, sneering at what they like. That's why I always say, they're not criticising me, they are sneering at the people who buy my records or watch my TV shows. And I don't like that. If they were running entertainment in this country, it would be the most boring place in the world, bar none.
I know from judging America's Got Talent how pretty demanding you are of the judges, how you believe our job is to find big stars.
Yeah.
And you're serious about it, aren't you? I mean, you think this is the job description.
Well, I actually said, I could say what I said to you. Okay, well, I said to you this year that if you can't find a star on this season of America's Got Talent, you don't have a job. Because that is what your job is to do.
And you actually mean it, don't you?
For sure. But otherwise, why have judges on the show? At the end of the day, they've got to actually do their job well, which is they've got to find talented people, spot talented people, and hopefully turn them into better performers.
How vain are you?
Not that vain, actually.
Oh,
I'm not. I'm actually not.
How have you kept a straight face saying that?
Because...
Actually, I know how you kept a straight face. Simon, one recurring theme from all your friends and family is vanity.
Yes.
How vain are you?
Not that vain, actually.
Oh,
I'm not. I'm actually not.
How have you kept a straight face saying that?
Because...
Actually, I know how you kept a straight face. It's all the Botox.
Would you say you've changed much in the past few years?
I've changed, but my forehead hasn't. It's the one I
so you haven't had Botox?
Never.
So, okay, squint. Your head doesn't move.
It's natural beauty.
You've really had Botox?
I've never had Botox.
Yes, you have.
I swear on anything you like. I've never had it.
Your head would differ.
So, have you had it?
Yes, of course I've had it.
I mean, how often? Do you have a sort of weekly jab? Or...
No. Look, I mean, I don't see that. For me, it's like cleaning my teeth. You know, something that makes your teeth whiter or something stops you having lines.
You have to clean those because they're not real, aren't they?
Look, I think that I look after myself. You know, I eat well and stuff like that, but I wouldn't call myself super vain, no.
Have you had plastic surgery?
What, you mean like a facelift?
Anything.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
No?
You certainly haven't, have you?
No.
That's very clear.
Would you have it?
No, I think you've got to be very careful as a guy, in particular, that you can end up looking really, really weird.
What is your life like in LA, or in America generally?
It's not much difference to living in London, really. You know, you have your friends, the restaurants you like to go to. I'm not sucked into the whole kind of showbiz thing. I don't go to many parties. There's no one I particularly want to meet. So it's kind of normal. I mean, I say normal. I mean, you know, you're on a successful TV show. I mean, that's abnormal. But, you know, I like it there.
Who would have thought this cheeky little boy from L Street would go on to conquer America and become the highest paid man on television?
When you're a big star and you're on the biggest show on television in the world, you're powerful.
but it took a while for America and fellow judge Paula Abdul in particular to warm to Simon's brand of brutal honesty.
My advice would be, if you want to pursue a career in the music business, don't.
I believe it was Paula's first time sitting with him, and he said something rude, normal Simon-esque, you know.
When you entered this competition, did you really believe that you could become what you're standing on now, the American Idol?
Yes, sir.
Well, then you're deaf.
And it was shocking. He shocked me.
She was emotionally distraught that first few days.
Don't look at me like that.
We in America weren't used to that. You say all those things behind people's back. You just don't say them to their faces.
Simon recently announced that he'll be leaving American Idol, the biggest show in the world, to bring the X Factor to the States.
He's been in America for 8 years. It's natural wanting to do your own show. This man wants to get it right.
And who does he want sitting next to him on the judging panel?
Simon said to me the best judging panel would be if he could clone himself and have 4 of himself.
I don't think that would work. I think one Simon's plenty for everybody.
You've just made a huge career decision. You've given up American Idol, which is the biggest show on American TV, has been for 8 seasons. I mean, this is a big moment for you, isn't it?
I walked away from it in the end, Piers, because at the I got bored, you know, of just being on the same show year after year. I had great fun. I'm very grateful. I really seriously had one of the best times of my life. But you just get to a point where you go, it's time to move on. And yes, I wanted to bring X Factor to America, because it would seem crazy not to, but it's a gamble for sure. But it has to be like that sometimes. I'm not going into it with the belief that it's definitely going to work. I'll work as hard as possible to try and make it work, but there are no guarantees. But I kind of like that. It's like a delicious thrill. I kind of get a buzz off that.
Do you think that you will end it before other people call for you to end it? Just generally, your screen career.
I will know, Piers. I mean, genuinely, I think I've got a good instinct for when people have had enough and when it's time to move on. And I don't have any problems with that whatsoever.
Finally, can I come to your wedding? Simon Cowell, everybody.
If you'd like more of that, you can see Piers Morgan's life story, Simon Cowell Uncut, at 8:45 tomorrow night over on ITV2. Now then, next week, Piers talks to Coronation Street actress and former Hearsay singer Kim Marsh. That's Life Stories at 9 next Saturday night.